Hi, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings YouTube These Community and Stickam Fun. So, Stickam was okay, but this is not okay, this Quinta guy. So, I'm probably going to talk about that for a while. Because Fred, if you've noticed, Conference Report, has taken a vacation from YouTube. Because this piece of shit started messing in his personal life. You know, decided, he's right here, he says something about sending the video to his university. You know, can you guess which video I sent to your employers to try to fuck with your life? Just, I mean, there's nothing you can say. I mean, this is, you know, there should be some sort of drop a cinder block on this fucker button. There should be some kind of button I can hit to just say, this guy, the odds should never be in his favor. I mean, no matter where he goes, the ghost of being a complete asshole should haunt this fucker. I mean, this is this is why nothing works in the world. This is why the world sucks, is these kind of assholes that just prevent people from being all they can be, because somehow they're going to make it. They're going to make people pay a price for it. I mean, it's sort of ironic because, you know, I was thinking this week, my sister had co-published a book. You know, it's not a great book. I mean, it's not a, you know, not a book. It's more of a book. It's a book about dragonflies in a swamp, and kind of a biology book almost, like a field guide. That's it, kind of a field guide. There you go. You know, really nicely done, and you know, I'm saying, well, you know, maybe I can show that, maybe, but, and then I'm, you know, but then this kind of stuff happens, and you say, yeah, this is exactly why everybody on the internet is supposed to be a fake personality. We're supposed to be veiled and screened and filtered, because people like this motherfucking cunt will, you know, in the name of truth, you know, fuck the game. I mean, I had one of these assholes. You know, part of the reason why I'm on YouTube is because of one of these assholes. All right, and maybe that's a good thing, or maybe that's a bad thing. Who knows in the end whether it's good or bad? But the point is these assholes interfere in your life, and they fuck with your life, and they don't do it in some honest way. They think it's honest, like, oh well, he's did it, so people should know about it, and blah blah blah. But that's not the truth of the circumstance. The circumstances is one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other thing. It only has something to do with it because you open your big fat flabby mouth. And it's just like in the old days, some fucking old cunt in Minnesota could get a TV show canceled because she wrote a letter. And so the producers projected, because this letter said, we're not going to buy your potato chips anymore, they'd all go into a panic and say, we have to censor the show, or we have to replace the show, or we have to cancel the show, because this one person represents 5 million other people who aren't going to buy potato chips anymore because they're offended. I mean, this is the fucking thought police right here. Here he is, right? This fucker that you people have been fucking feeding this troll since he's been on the YouTubes. He was sort of obvious from the beginning, and you just kept feeding him until he finally sat there and committed a real crime. You know, a real murder, so to speak, in terms of internet reality. Starts dropping docs and sabotaging people's personal life and obliging them to explain to people a whole context of 6 years of internet life. Because I was put in the same position, you know, 10 years ago. Some asshole decides to, you know, email the mayor of my town and imply that I am somehow cheating the town, even though I'm paying for I was paying to publish their website. I was doing all the work, and I had some of my private content on a domain name above the website. So there's no way you could go from my content to the town content, but you could never get from the town content to my content. And the fact is, though, that there's no way for me to explain that to people who don't understand anything about the internet. Okay, so it created a big tension. That's what it created. It created tension between me and the people I was working with, just because some little fat creep was pissed off because I beat him in an argument. And this is how they fight back. They invade into your personal life and try to sabotage you. I mean, you can't get lower than these fucking creeps. Just, man. But it's a real problem, though, because there's no real solution. It'd be really cool if I go to the Godfather, say, Godfather, well, I'll do you a few favors. I'll whack a few guys if you whack this guy for me. It'd be nice if we could make those kind of deals. But we know that every mob will have a different standard, and you're just going to end up getting your own legs broken. Because somebody else will do a favor, and the mob will owe them a favor, and then you end up being on the, fuck this guy over list. So that ain't going to work. It'd be nice if there was there was some genuine sense in the heart of people that we should be free to be who we are, and that we would find that almost a priceless thing. This priceless capacity to be bold and innovative and daring and unafraid. But no, these people have to keep us afraid of who's going to have to pay a price for something we do. These fucking cunts. What collateral damage are they going to create for no reason but their malice, their fucking petty malice? That would be the thing to have, is some sort of malice detector where you could put the little fucking hat on people and just find out whether they're malicious little cunts who don't want justice, who don't want fairness, who don't want what's right. They just want to sabotage other people because they have small dicks. Really disgusting fucking creeps. So what else? Yeah, I'm thinking of a fitting tribute. It'd be really great if you could get away with it on YouTube, because you all just ought to moon this motherfucker. We ought to just all wave our ball sack right in his fucking goddamn nose. Because apparently he's offended, by nudity. He's offended by daring art. So yeah, we should all get real fucking daring right in his goddamn fucking ugly face. So yeah, anything we could do to be annoying to this monster. Any way we can make him feel the pain of his trespass against fucking decency. Really. It is a trespass against decency. When you claim some sort of right to be the thought police, the expression police, the art police on the internet, that's fucking indecent. That's as vulgar as it gets. There's no fucking, there's no, two women, a cup full of maggots, would be less disgusting than you fucking creep. You're the obscenity on the internet. You're grotesque, disgusting. It's too bad we just can't tar and feather motherfuckers. That we could just have a tar and feathering mechanism on the internet, and we shove them in their domain right the fuck off the playing field and put them outside of town in the gutter where they belong. In some cage, where they can't, their maliciousness can't get loose. Duels. Bring back some mechanism, to keep these fucking goddamn petty assholes, these unaccountable, anonymous cowards off the fucking internet. Yeah, just disgusting. Ooh, I found your name and address. That means I can publish it. No, that's not what it means, asshole. It really doesn't. It doesn't mean, because you can do something, doesn't mean you have a right to do it. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. You retard. Oh, God, it's just... Yeah, it's just disgusting. So anyway, so I am thinking, you're trying to figure out what a fitting tribute is. Maybe we should all make a Fred is fucking brilliant video and compile it all together and send that to his fucking employers and insist that they give him a fucking raise. Maybe we should raise money and give him a raise. Maybe we should raise money and pay the university. Maybe we should do something to counteract what this asshole is trying to do, which is censor us. To silence us, to shut us up, to put us out, to shove us off the internet. This fucking cunt. This old fucking flabby cunt. That's all he is. He's just a fucking old fucking petty, crazy ass lunatic, from 1950 who's decided she's going to censor television for us. Fucking goddamn. Anyway, so yeah. So I'll think of something. Maybe I'll start making maybe I'll have Fred send me some rabbit ears. And, I'll take over. Somebody's got to do it. I ain't gonna fuck dead shit, but maybe I can figure out something else to fuck. But whatever. It just suck. Like I said, there's Fred's not hiding. He's not pretending. And but yeah, this is just divisive. Like I said, when you start shoving this stuff where it don't belong, you start taking stuff out of context and shoving it in other people's face, then you're obliging Fred. You're putting Fred on the defensive. You don't see how that's fucking wrong? You don't see how it's wrong for you to make accusations and then force people to defend themselves against them? You don't see how that's fucking inherently and fundamentally wrong unless they're somehow a criminal? He's a criminal because he artistically expressed himself on the fucking internet? And so you should oblige him to have to explain that to his employers? I mean, how the fuck do you sleep with yourself, you fucking smelly sack of shit? Oh, Jesus. So anyway, Fred did make a video. He posted it on his you doubled. That's it. It's like Vlogger Dome. It didn't go too far. But yeah, that's what we need. We do need to shake this shit up. We do need to find a new way to do this. Gotta find something. Gotta find some kind of gimmick that gets us free of wasting our time responding to assholes. Yeah, speaking of which. Yeah, of course that would be on his liked list. Disgusting. That's disgusting. Yeah, but we gotta have more of a weapon than, I only have one person blocked, but I'll make it two now. But it's just, what are you gonna do? What's the answer to this fundamental problem of human suckery? Without turning into gang warfare. I mean, part of me says, I just want to be in a world where, you're like-minded people, you're on a like-minded standards, and you can float around and feel free. But you can't do that, because then it just becomes groups here and group there and group there, and then the groups just fight with each other. But this is just no way to run a fucking civilization. It's just to have these single individuals do so much sabotage and terrorism damage and stifle and suppress people's freedom and willingness to put themselves out, so to speak, to make themselves vulnerable. Well, what incentive does anybody have to give anything extra, to be a real human being on the internet? There's just no incentive whatsoever, because these people will find a weakness and they will come after you and they will fuck with your life. And it just should be some sort of universal thing, like where the whole YouTube community should find that obnoxious, should find that totally unfucking acceptable. The entire internet should find it unacceptable. These are like hackers and malwarers and all the rest of these people who just think they have a right to fuck with people for no good reason whatsoever. They just can't fight a fair fight. They lose an argument, and okay, then they're going to go after are you going to go after his kids next? What's your next move? Shit for brains. It just sucks. I mean, I had a whole channel taken down because some flagger, couldn't stand a figure art drawing, a fucking line drawing. I mean, it's just outrageous. and such. Anyway, but yeah, whatever. We need a fitting tribute and such. We need a fitting counter. That, every action should be an appropriate counter reaction that makes this 10 times as unproductive an event for this fucker. That puts on the internet twice as much or 10 times as much of what he's trying to suppress. There's got to be a way to make these people see no profit in their sabotage. Fuckers. So anyway, probably enough of that. But I have to think on it. There's got to be a plan somewhere. I will try to find it. And such. TJ liked the conference report, so maybe TJ should make a video. It's got to be something appropriate. Yeah. But there's, like I said, there's no way to get to them. They just come back in some other form. They just, change their shape and find some other way to fuck with people. And fucking human race just absolutely sucks. Mostly. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of my commentary. It just sucks that this is the world we have to live in, where you will pay a price for being a real human being. You're just not allowed to do that. You have to be a fake and a phony and a fucking Dr. Strangeglove on the internet. Be some kind of strange motherfucking comic book character. I mean, that's all the guy was, and that's all he wants everybody else to be, is just some sort of fake, weird, bizarre, fucking lunatic. Because he's one. Everybody else should be one. Everybody else should hide behind these masks, and these gloves, and these goddamn glasses, and talk shit, act like shit, just be shit. And somehow, life is all going to be so much better for us all if everybody's a fake and a phony and a fraud. Anyway, it really is. It is distracting. I mean, I heard about it last night in Stickham, and I just no, that couldn't have happened. But then, the guy's proud of it. He's proud of it. I mean, he fucked with me a little bit. I mean, he posts links to my legal papers. Gary's information's everywhere. So what? I can do whatever the fuck. He's got this fucking attitude like somehow I'm his property because I'm on the internet. He owns us, and he can fuck with us any way he wants to. And it's so obnoxious. They give nothing, and they're just takers. They just take. Sheesh. Yeah, let's whatever. But whatever. Fred, anything I can do to help, whatever, just ask and such. And fuck. That's all. That's it. Fuck. It's just another fuck. The internet sucks. People suck. Capitalism sucks. Commercials suck. All this bullshit sucks. The fucking suck is everywhere because these goddamn people suck. And a lot of you people just keep feeding the suck because somehow it's to your advantage. It's like that stupid guy I'm arguing with, right? That I made the last video to, about the George Orwell thing. I mean, here he is complaining about Orwellian bullshit, and he's doing exactly the same thing, right? Because Inmendham is against something, he's going to rationalize an excuse to justify a tax he wouldn't find acceptable in any other circumstance, but it's just because it's anti-Inmendham now. And so he's going to sit there and justify preposterous, overt discrimination. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, these people are just so fucking weaselly. I mean, there's just no principles whatsoever. Principles mean nothing to anybody. It's all about, well, how do I win? How do I get the biggest piece of the cake? Fuck. I mean, you know, my Mr. Me's got it right. Maggots. That's what people are. They're fucking goddamn maggots. Yeah. Alright, that's enough. I really don't have much to say. So anyway, I probably will watch more of that other stupid jackass's video. You know, whatever, an hour's worth. Ugh. And probably make a response to the Kantavad, who's telling us all how the world works. You know, you can't do this and you can't do that. He would have been great at, you know, when they were writing up the Civil Rights Act. He would have been just such a wonderful naysayer and nitpicker. You know, there's not enough social disruption yet. You know, you have to wait. It can't just be unethical. Somehow it has to be socially inconvenient. So until you make it socially inconvenient to own slaves, you can't stop slavery. You know, you know, it's just a fucking joke. You know, it's law decides who has rights. That's how you acquire rights. It's a law recognizes your existence. You have to pass the law recognizing something's existence before they can have rights and before their welfare can be part of your definition of what's disruptive. Oh, well, anyway, it's just so fucking stupid. I mean, it's just fucking stupid. There's nothing else that can be said. This is just stupid. You have to argue this shit with idiots telling us what we can and can't do based on no historical data and no logical or rational modeling whatsoever. There's just absolutely no reason. It just declares it. It says, this is my declaration of how it works. You can't win World War II. You can't. Yeah, well, I think we did, stupid fuck. Amazing. So anyway. Yeah, there's nothing to say. Yeah, no, there's nothing to say. Until you get, you know, he has this, it's almost like he has a view like we would somehow have to convince all of the racists in the world not to be racist before we could pass a law preventing people from acting on racism. So when we don't need the law, that's when we can pass the law. That's his philosophy. So when everybody is incapable of committing a murder because they are incapable of committing murder by principle, then we can pass a law against murder. Yeah, because we don't need the law then. Yeah, so that's when you pass laws, is when you don't need them anymore. It's like we really don't need a law against slavery anymore, right? I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. You know, theoretically. I mean, we almost don't need a law against, well, you do, I guess you do need a law against, I mean, sadly, you do need a law against dogfighting because people apparently will watch that if you don't have a law. Well, that's probably a good example, right? I mean, those laws are perfectly functional. The tiny minority of the civilians who are complete assholes, no problem, you pass the law. No problem. So I'll catch you later. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. This is very discouraging. Yeah, that's all. I mean, like I was already depressed, so you can't really depress me anymore. So that part's okay. I got no lower to go, I don't think. So until next time.